Okay guys, so we have some really cool news in regards to the next batch of chapters coming out for Black Clover. Though by the time this goes up, you've probably already seen it. Though if you haven't and this is the first time you're hearing about it, I'm glad I'm the one that got to break the news to you. Anyway, jumping into the news, as you can read right here on the screen, Jump Giga's 2024 autumn issue will release on November 15th, 2024. And in it, Black Clover will publish 3 new chapters with a total of 61 pages. And now, I don't know about you guys, but the second I saw this post, I got very excited. Because ever since the series was moved over to Jump Giga, I was expecting at most 2 chapters per issue. I know when we initially moved over to the magazine, we got 1 chapter with chapter 369, then the next issue had chapters 370 and 71, and then this last one we had chapters 372 and 73. So finding out that we're going to have 3 chapters this time has me really excited for what that could possibly mean for the story progression. Because as of the latest chapter, the fights we have remaining are Zora, Finral, Nero, and Charmy versus 2 Lucius clones. Ghost, Marie, and Real versus the Lucius clone. Probably the one I'm the most interested in seeing, Vanessa and Gray versus the Lucius clone. Gordon, William, and Charlotte versus the clone. And then of course the big one, Yami, Nock, and Ichika versus Morgan. And of course, when I say fights remaining, I mean excluding the Yuno and Asta versus the real Lucius fight, because that's the big fight that all these mini ones are building up to. Although, if my theory is correct, there could possibly end up being another fight even after that one finishes, though that depends on what Tabata decides to do with Adramelic. Either he is the secret final boss, or he's going to be someone that someone else takes out along the way. Either way, I'm really excited by the fact that we're getting 3 chapters. Now, my pie in the sky idea for what's going to happen with these 3 chapters is that we're going to shift focus for the entirety of those 3 chapters in that issue of Jump Giga and solely focus in on the fight between Yami, Ichika, and Nock versus Morgan. Because even though it has a similar dynamic to the Silva family fight we had in the last batch of chapters, this one has a lot more moving parts to it. We have the whole situation of the fact that Yami and Ichika haven't seen each other for about 13 or so years now, and the last time they saw each other, Yami basically took the entire blame for the murder of their family, and now Ichika knows that she's the one who actually did it in her drug-fueled rage. So we have to see the two of them reconcile. Then on top of that, we have Noct and Morgan, which the last time these two saw each other was literally when Morgan was dying in Noct's arms after the failed devil binding ritual. Which, by the way, quick note, the devil, Lucifugus, that Noct tried to bind but failed to, resulting in all of his family dying besides him, is more than likely whose powers Lucius gave to Morgan. So yeah, like I said, that fight's going to have a lot of moving parts to it. It's going to be very messy and something that could easily be fumbled if not given the right amount of time to flesh out. Which is why I'm hoping that Tabata devotes all 3 chapters in this next batch to that fight. Because I feel like even though 2 could probably handle it, it's something that's going to be better handled in 3. Though if he is going to choose to handle it in 2, then I'm guessing he's going to start off with chapter 374 being devoted to one of the other fights that we have going on. And in my opinion, the most likely fight that he's going to choose to do is going to be the Vanessa and Gray one, simply because that's pretty much the same area where we ended off chapter 373. The last time we saw them, they were jumping in to fight the Lucius clone that appeared near Noelle. So she's right there with the rest of the Silva family to back them up if they need it, which, even with the anti-magic boost, these 2 are support mages above everything else, so they probably will need an attack mage like Noelle or Nozel to help them out. And now, that being said, I could be completely off base, and it could be that these next 3 chapters are going to each focus on a single individual fight with one of these smaller groups, and then in the next issue of Jump Giga, we'll focus in on the Yami group versus Morgan. Which honestly, I would prefer it that way, because I feel like that's the fight that people are most anticipating, the one that really needs to be built up and fleshed out. So if we can devote an entire batch, whether it's 2 chapters or 3, to just that fight, I would prefer it over doing it this early. Anyway, that is it for the news, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm looking forward to November 15th when the chapter comes out, though we will have the leaks and the, scan-lation of the chapter coming out a little earlier than that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you all next time. Peace.